I am him.
Cut it out! It ain't funny!
Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel.
We do have a video of him with his nips out.
Yeah, my picks have been shit this year.
He's taking it off.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome into this edition of From the 50. We are live from the St. Louis, Missouri studios here in Week 17 of the NFL. TJ Weber, Big Web with you once again for another great week of football. And Big Web, before we get started, I'd like to look at the camera and just report that I'm eligible to be sitting at this desk this morning. I'm eligible, so now, unlike Brad Allen, look at me and acknowledge that I'm fucking checking into the fucking game. What's up, Big Web?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can't tell, TJ's a little fired up about last night. Him and Mr. Dan Campbell, and I don't blame either one of you, I'm telling you. Good morning.
Good morning, yes. If you guys would like to call in, you can. It's fromthe50.com, fromthe50.com. I might have to add the link here in a second to the website, so I might have Big Web go on the soapbox, but we will have you with the ability to call in here very soon on fromthe50.com and just hit the call button. But you guys can also text in here on TikTok. We're live back on Twitch. We're also on YouTube, fromthe50.com, with all of our links. Let's get into this a little bit. Last night, if you missed it, I'll quickly go through this. I don't want to talk about the whole game. I don't want to talk about the missed opportunities. The Lions had chances. The Cowboys had chances. I get it. Cam Sutton can't cover anybody, an XFL receiver. CeeDee Lamb lit him up. I get all that. I want to talk about the play. That's all I want to talk about, and we'll move on and go into Week 17.
Get it off your chest.
Big Web, did you see the game? Did you see the entire game?
I did not see the entire game, but I saw the end and the important part there, yes.
Yes. So what happened was the Lions made a miraculous... Oh, by the way, it's all started when they got more time because Mike McCarthy's an idiot. Second down with 2 minutes left, and he throws the fucking ball. What a dumbass, which love that.
Yeah.
Gave the Lions 40 more seconds. Aikman said that as well. So the Lions go down, score a touchdown. Great drive by Goff, who had a terrible game. The offensive line had a terrible game. St. Brown gets in. Campbell, you know he's going to go for it. He's an aggressive guy. He's like, I'm going to finish this thing right now. So he decides to do a trick play, which we've seen before, where Taylor Decker will line up left tackle, and sometimes they change who it is. Penei Sewell's done it too, I believe. But they put Decker left tackle. He goes out as a tight end if he reports eligible. So he does. He makes a great play, wide open. It works. They get the 2-point conversion. Again, I'm not talking about what could have happened. The Cowboys could have marched down the field and won the game on a field goal. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about that play. Brad Allen says it was illegal touching because he didn't check into the game. There's clear video evidence that Decker walks up to the ref and looks him in the eye. I mean, he's a big motherfucker, 6'7", 3 bills, whatever.
Sure.
I am checking in the game.
Right.
Allen, you can see Skipper, who he said was reporting, fly in from the left, and he points at him while Decker's right in front of him. It's unbelievable that he missed it because I didn't think he did miss it. And he doubled down afterwards and said that Decker never reported. Bullshit. Goff said he reported. Campbell said he reported. And fucking Decker himself said, I'm dumbfounded. I looked him right in the eyes and say, I'm the guy.
And
right
Campbell
here.
said later that only one guy can report.
Yes.
So the one guy has reported. Go back and start playing the play.
Exactly. The thing is, I believe 2 guys can report. He was talking about the explanation the refs said. The refs were telling him bullshit, saying that, Skipper checked in. First of all, Skipper was like playing right guard or whatever. He wasn't even in a position to do anything. So they threw 2 flags on the play. If I'm getting this right, and there's a lot of shit going on with this, but it's the fact that Skipper checked in. Skipper wasn't set up to be a tight end in that spot. He was set up at right guard or whatever it was.
Right.
So, and then he was covered, so they threw a flag on him being covered because he was the eligible man. This is what Brad Allen said. And Taylor Decker caught the ball. It wasn't eligible. So anybody that says it was an illegal formation is wrong.
Right.
Taylor Decker checked in. If Brad Allen says you're in, the Lions win the game probably. I mean, this is on the referee. So say what you want. Campbell also said that he talked to them before the fucking game
and
said, here's what's happening. So
Yes.
Decker did everything he was told. He said it after the game. He was dumbfounded. He goes, I don't want to get myself in trouble, but I did exactly what Campbell told me to do. Checked into the game. I did exactly what I was supposed to do. Skipper did what he was supposed to do. I believe after hearing either, I forgot if it was Buck or SVP last night, basically, I think they wanted to run Skipper in there late to try to trick them a little bit so that they would key on him. The thing is, though, I don't think he was set up to even run the play from where he was on the line. So, whether that was Campbell's idea of like tricking them a little bit, because if you see Decker check in, you know what's coming, right? Like you see that there could be a play like that.
And sometimes they falsely have a guy check in and still throw it to a regular skill player.
Yeah.
They do that to decoy a little bit. But like you say, Campbell had this set up. And might have been trickery. Who cares? It's what the man said to the referee.
Correct. And
they got video evidence that occurred.
And the thing is, this is not the first time this has happened with Brad Allen's crew. He's done this 3 separate times this season. And the problem is, they are also doing a game tonight, I believe. Or am I wrong? They're doing another, or maybe it's next week. They're also probably set up for playoffs as well. So here's the problem. If you let this shit happen in the playoffs, you're going to see an uproar.
My God,
you already see it because now the Lions don't have a shot at number 1. They don't have a shot at a lot of things. They can't get a home field advantage opportunity in the divisional playoff. And let me tell you something else. Sports bettors, fucking divisional bettors, the Eagles would have wrapped up the NFC East most likely if the Lions win that game last night. And imagine having $150,000 in the Lions last night. I'm not saying you should or should not. I'm saying this has a lot of things.
I didn't have $150,000 on them, but I did have the over 42.5. And analytics, you fuckers owe me so much money. And I know you're a proponent of Dan going for it last night. On down 20-19, and you wanted him to go for it. Obviously, at 42.5, I wanted to see a tie ball game go into overtime.
Yeah.
Right. So that was all set up. Back in my day, we used to kick the damn extra points and have overtime and win a bet like that. But anyway. It's a clusterfuck, and Detroit got screwed on it because they executed the damn play perfectly to what they wanted to do after having a real challenging, tough miracle drive get them into that position.
Yeah, well, my thing is, everybody's got their opinions. People are on here saying all this shit. Lions shouldn't have won anyway. Campbell, after they get the penalty, they should have come back and they should have just kicked the extra point and go to overtime.
I agree with that.
But that's not what I'm talking about. I mean,
I know.
That's Campbell's thing. That's a totally separate situation. Again, we could talk about results oriented. Like, the Lions did not deserve to win that game.
No,
I will say the defense did. Besides Cam Sutton, the entire defense played their asses off. Hutch got 3 sacks.
Yeah. But to give up 200 plus to Lamb and a touchdown.
Yes.
Lamb's going to get his touchdowns, but 200 plus, setting records. He set 2 records last night. Single season receptions, single season yards.
Yeah.
Last night he had a phenomenal night, and like you say, it's one man's doing.
Oh my God! And it ruins their chances not only at number 1 but number 2. And the reason number 2 is a big deal is because you get home field in the divisional round. So you get one home game. Guess who we're going to play? Probably the Dallas Cowboys again into the wild card round, which will be wild. Or the fucking Philadelphia Eagles, apparently, because the Cowboys have a chance at the division still. So my thing is, refs are ruining the game. We've said this forever, but when it really impacts, like, I'm passionate. Yeah, it's my team. I'm fired up. I get it. But and we'll get over this in a second. We'll go on with the rest of the week. But this is a substantial game for a lot of reasons.
Right.
Put the fucking whistle away, and or if you make a mistake, you can't make a mistake. Like, you can't. He's doubling down, saying that he was right, because can you imagine not doing your job and then screwing over so many parts of the game where you're just
I know.
Oh, I missed it.
No, any sport, any game should not be the umpires or the referees making the game happen. It should just be make your calls, but don't. We've seen football games in the last week where guys were a minuscule offsides on kickoffs. How many times have you seen offsides on kickoffs?
Oh,
happens every damn
now
play.
There's offensive offsides every week too. I've seen that.
And the Chiefs, they got that deal. So, but come on, refs. You guys aren't perfect. We know that, but you don't let the game be on a piddly bullshit when you're letting it go all fucking day.
Especially when you're sitting there literally saying that Campbell talked to you before the game about what was going to happen, and Decker walks up to you, is standing in front of you. How do you not see Taylor Decker? He's a monster human being.
And he's saying, I am the guy. I am checking in. And I think Campbell's right about only one guy can check in like that. You can't have 2. I don't think you can have 2. I'm going to look that up, but I think it's just one, and Campbell said that.
Your thoughts are welcome. From the50.com, hit the call button. We have 353 people. A lot of people, Cowboys fans hating me. A lot of people agreeing with me. This is it's whatever you think. I mean, Brad Allen's going to say he heard what he heard, but let me also tell you something. Wouldn't you think with a big game like this, an NFL referee is going to double down and make sure he's covered? Of course he is. He's not going to admit that he was wrong. But the video shows Skipper coming in absolutely late. Now, what I will say is, Skipper comes in late, and you see him talking to Decker, and then he looks left, and he points at Skipper. Skipper's probably a good 5-7 yards behind Decker and Sewell. I think it was Penei Sewell. And he points at him. So, but my thing is, like, why else would Taylor Decker come up to you? He's checking in. You going to ask him where he's going to dinner later, having a drink? No, he's fucking checking into the game. I don't understand.
But there was two other guys in the shot, and you said it's because Campbell does it for a decoy, but it's the word said. When the guy says, I'm checking into the game. Now, let me ask you another question.
Yep.
When the referee gets on the speaker, then he announces who it is. It's number 70. He's checking. He fucked up, but he announced 70, right? On the audio. He said that. So when he says 70, what there's no timeouts. How does Detroit stop and go, whoa, you got the wrong guy? I don't know. You got video replay guys inside your coaching staff.
Yep.
Whose responsibility is it here to make sure that got fucking right?
No, that's also a good point. I didn't hear, and sometimes they do it like so-and-so is eligible.
They said it.
They did say it. They said 70.
Yeah.
So that's how, I wonder how that was missed. That's a good point. I mean, Campbell was under the impression that everything was good. You know what I mean? Like, everybody was like, okay, Decker did his job. But I mean, the whole point of it is, they didn't catch it, but it's the ref's job to get the right person in.
Like you're saying, the callers are coming in and saying this. There's a million things that could spin off it, but the problem is the man said, Decker said, I am reporting. Decker caught the pass.
Yeah.
They got the 2-point conversion. Everything was done right by Detroit, and all the rest of it is if this for later, if later. Yep. The things were done right. That's what's disappointing on the damn thing for the Lions and all the repercussions that you already talked
100%.
about.
You can have your opinions, but the evidence is there that he tried to check into the game. And Brad Allen, whether he made a true mistake or not, I don't think. And here's the other thing. Everybody's saying they got robbed, the NFL's rigged. I don't think it's anything like that. No. I think he just fucked up. I think he fucked up the number.
He fucked up, and he doesn't want to admit it.
Absolutely.
He doesn't
Absolutely.
These guys, Don Denkinger types, they just fucking slide aside for years and hide on it. And then about 10 years when they go to 15, 20 years and they go to a retirement video, then they, I fucked up that call.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
No, that's it is what it is now, and we deal with it. But I do want to bring up one other point, and this makes sense. You got the balls to go for 2, and you fucking do it, okay? Mm-hmm. And it doesn't work out, and it's a 5-yard penalty, and now you're on the 7.
Yep.
What were your thoughts right then? Come on, Dan, kick the extra point there.
Honestly, yeah, I mean, he's very aggressive. Like, when he did the fake punt on their own 35 or whatever, I was a little worried. I was like, I love his aggressiveness, but I told my brother, I was watching it, he's a Lions fan too, watching the game last night. I said, I love it and I hate it because it gives me a lot of anxiety because, like, he does go for it a lot. He is the type of guy where he's like, okay, fuck them. Oh, you don't want to give us the call?
No,
we're going to stick it up your ass. That's what he was trying to do.
But another key to being a good coach, and I'm not saying he's not a good coach. He's done great things. But to be a better coach, when you get fucked on play 1, now it's play 2, and I don't care what the fucking analytics say. Analytics are based on that ball being on the 2-yard line. It's right there. That's what the damn analytics are based on. So when you get a 5-yard penalty and now you're on a fucking 7 or 8,
yeah,
you got to as a coach that has to calm down. Mm-hmm. Okay, guys, I'm the leader here. You know what? We're too far away now. Let's go ahead and kick it and take our chances in overtime. And I truly believe that's what he should have done.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of analytics. I would have kicked the extra point right away.
Yeah.
You're not. You wanted them to go for it, and they succeeded. They really did. They really succeeded. No. So, but second time around, Dan, come on, kick it.
I don't think here's my deal with it. The way the Lions' defense had been, the secondary had been against the Cowboys the entire game. I mean, the defensive line and the linebackers were great. They couldn't run at all. Pollard got like over 50 yards or close to it, but the whole game they shut him down, and Hutch was over. And my thing was, CeeDee Lamb could do whatever he wanted against Cam Sutton in that secondary.
You figured it was coming.
Cam Sutton got lit up last night. So my thing was, Campbell's sitting there going, we've scratched and clawed to get back here. Our offense hasn't done shit today. Goff's been terrible. We finally put a drive together. Let's end this motherfucker. We're not going to try to go into overtime. Is it the right call? I don't know. But I think that's where his head was at, was he was pissed off that the missed call, that the call of the illegal touching, and he's saying, we're going to win this right now, our way. And Micah Parsons jumps off sides. They get another opportunity, and I'll be honest, I know we're talking about that one play, but Goff missed that tight end. By the way, 82, never heard of him in my entire life. I know Laporta, and I know Brock Wright. I don't know who that guy was, but he had a holding call. Number 82 tight end. I go, who the fuck is that? But anyway, Goff missed him. I mean, if he threads the needle, he walks in for a 2-point conversion on that play, too. So I get it. There's a lot of things. If you hit him in the chest,
that guy just turns around and goes in.
But the whole thing, and everybody's talking about this certain play. That's why we have the biggest audience we have this season right now, 550 live viewers. People give a shit about this. So we're not going to harp on it any longer. I've gone on for 20 minutes about it. But it is a big deal. It's not just about the Lions. It's not just about the game. It's about NFL officiating, screwing with playoff implications, with sports gambling money, with fantasy play. It's a lot of shit. There's a lot of things.
And you keep doing that, you're going to turn off a lot of people.
100%. You guys are welcome to call in. Woo! Getting fired up. From the50.com. That sounded like a real good conversation. You know,
it was a good conversation.
It was fantastic. You guys can call in from the50.com, from the 50.com. You guys can hit the call button, jump in on the conversation. Let us know what you think about the play last night. Let us know what you think about that. Or you can tell us what your top parlay or fantasy matchup is here in Week 17. While we have a lot of people on TikTok, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We are From the 50. We are a football fan show every Sunday, 10:30 a.m. CT until kickoff every single Sunday. Been doing the show for 4 years and trying to grow it, man. Are we different than Fox and all them? Like, obviously, yes, they're legit networks.
So are we.
Or a couple Joe Schmoes in a basement. But, you know, hey, the good thing is we get the audience involved. We're a fan for the football, a show for the football fan out there. We want to get you involved. We want to read your comments. We want to do all that stuff, as I haven't read one comment, but we've been on a soapbox. So hit the follow button on TikTok, from the50.com. Give us all the follows on socials, and we'll take your calls as well at from the50.com.
We are a fun place to be. Welcome, everybody.
Welcome. Let's see. Let's start reading some comments. Freddie says it's football. They're still rich. We're still broke. That's a good point.
Right, Freddie.
They're still making their millions. That's why you heard Goff last night. You heard all these guys saying, "Well, I don't want to get fined. I don't want to get fined because the NFL is the guy."
Soften it up by saying that first.
For sure. Let's see. Those refs are not reffing in the playoffs. That's from Travis. Okay.
Thank you, Travis. Get them the fuck out.
If that's the case, I don't know the ruling on that, so I believe you. I have no idea. I'm just saying this should be pretty obvious that they should not be allowed to touch a playoff game. They've been terrible, not just this game, but all season long. Bengals W today. Lions got robbed on national television. The NFL will do nothing about it. That's from Devin.
Not too sure about them Bengals, baby.
I don't know what the NFL is going to do, but this happens all the time. It's just, it sucks. And the biggest one I remember was, what year was it? It was Rams and Saints, 2018.
Oh, when he hit the guy in the chest on the side.
Pass interference.
Yeah, right,
non-call.
right.
That was the biggest one because that would have sent them to the NFC Championship. Mm-hmm. So that was the most substantial one.
This shit happens all year long, but this time of year it becomes fucking real, man.
It's big time. Absolutely. Let's see. Thank you guys for the follows. Appreciate it. Lions are robbed. I think it's funny. The same thing happened to the Cowboys and Eagles, and no one blew up about that. That's from John. I'm a Lions fan. That's why I'm going nuts about it. But it was also like, there's one thing where it's a missed call with pass interference. This is more of like the ref paying attention to like somebody talking to them. It's a little different. Like, if the guy grabs his arm and it's pass interference, he doesn't call it. That's pretty normal. This is like the man is standing in front of you saying he's checking in, and you either ignored him or just when you spoke, you thought of Decker, but you said 70 because 70's the last guy you saw.
Yeah.
That's fucked. Like, I'm sorry, but that is like, if you just like forgot the number, come on, man. Like, what are we doing?
Exactly.
So, let's see. We'll get to some picks here in a second. We're going to keep reading all these awesome comments. Can you talk about the tripping penalty? Allow the Lions to get a first down. Hutch tripped DCs. Yeah, again, there's calls everywhere. And I'm not saying the Lions didn't have their fair share of calls, and I'm not saying they didn't deserve to win the game. I mean, the offense was terrible. Defense was great. My thing is, it's the one big play that we're talking about. So, yeah, we could talk about a lot of things going on in that game.
Yep,
but
just zeroing in on that one.
it's
That's
just
all good.
because it's such a big story. Call in from the50.com. Hit the call button. You guys can jump in on the conversation right now. If the refs had to address the media after games and got fined for wrong calls, a lot would be different. That's from Devin. Yeah, that's a good point. I will say, if there's enough backlash, which this one seems like it's going to get, the NFL is probably going to make a statement. I'd be shocked if Brad Allen, like I said, if they're already not doing playoffs, I mean, I don't know what else you can really do. But it's
always remember the best officiated games are the ones where you don't even know the refs are there. Mm-hmm. There's nothing said pro or con against them. They did a great job.
Yeah,
but they don't get credit for that. I know where they stand. But for them to decide games is incorrect, especially in this way.
Eric says, now we got to have the refs where body cams have audio. Now, that'd be interesting. That's the thing, too. I think they do. Well, they're mic'd up for, like, TV and for media, but when they turn their mic on and everything. But I would be interested to hear, and they'll never do it, but to hear what they actually talk about every single play. Like, hear a ref mic'd up. Like, I just... As much scrutiny as there is out there and all the NFL's rigged and all this stuff, like, you would like to hear what they have to say to each other.
Well, how about in the beginning here, when you said Campbell talked to the referees before the game, how secretive is that?
Yeah.
Like the ref goes over and talks to the other coach, hey, you might want to watch out for the tackle catching the ball today.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
It's weird, yeah.
He got to trust him. It's like talking to a priest.
Yeah. Laserman says it's the player's responsibility to let the ref know, not try and be secretive. Well, he wasn't. I mean, as you can see...
It might have been a trick by Detroit, though.
It was a trick to send Skipper in late to be like the final guy on the field, but Decker was in front of him. This was talked about where he's saying, I'm the guy... If it was a secretive thing, Skipper running in late was supposed to be for the Cowboys to see him running, clearly see 70 running, and Decker at the same time
he didn't run to
the
the huddle. He ran past the huddle towards a referee cluster.
And the whole point that Dan Campbell talked about that before the game is the whole reason for this. So anyway, a couple more comments and we'll get into the rest of the games here in Week 17. This is fun, though. This is a good conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
It really is. We go up all the way up until kickoff, so we got plenty of time to answer fantasy questions and whatnot as well here on the show. Hit the follow button on TikTok and go follow us on YouTube. We're live on YouTube as well, by the way. Got a full broadcast, not as many viewers, not even close. But we're trying to grow that as well. So go to fromthe50.com, fromthe50.com. Hit our YouTube subscribe button, and you guys can catch all the action. I'm also going to start doing a weekly NFL call-in show even in the offseason. So we'll talk about that later on. But make sure you follow the channel. It'll be all over the place.
Hey.
Yeah.
So, just to turn the page a second. Just real quick. Last week, Alexander flipping the coin flip. Did you hear that shit up in Green Bay?
What are we talking about?
Green Bay, Alexander.
Jair Alexander?
Yeah, goes running in on wasn't even invited to a coin flip.
Okay.
Goes in there and says, we want to be on defense instead of saying we want the ball the second half.
I did hear about this, to defer to the second half. Yeah.
Totally gets benched for doing it. He's out this game for doing that. And just a crazy clusterfuck. And the guy wasn't even supposed to be out there. Wasn't even supposed to be out there. There's probably a reason why he's not supposed to be out there.
As simple as the game can be, and they say a game of inches, but there's so much other parts of football besides the actual, move the football, move the chains type of thing. It's what you say, what you do, how you say it, where you are. It's a lot of shit. So it's absolutely crazy, man.
Some of the changes are driving me nuts, and probably a lot of old timers nuts.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of the old stuff that's so much fun. And like you say, who wouldn't love to hear some of the behind-the-scenes stuff, referees or coaches or whoever.
100%. Yep. And anyway, it's going to be interesting. Lions and Cowboys possibly going at it wild card weekend. I mean, it's insane. And I know the Cowboys had nothing to do with it, but they're absolutely my enemy. But it's fun. It's fun because Mike McCarthy's their coach, and for some reason he is a Madden coach. He literally sits there and they're up by whatever it was. And by almost a touchdown before they kick the field goal, and he throws it on second down with 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
Lions have no timeouts left. Just a wild string of events.
He's always something to point to in McCarthy.
All right, Week 17, Big Web. How you doing, by the way? Good to see you.
I'm good. We had New Year's Eve last night.
Did you? Good.
Yeah, we called our favorite restaurant, and they said, we're booked. And
nice.
I said, I'm your best customer. And they said, we're still booked, you fuckhead.
That's great to hear.
Yeah,
so I was like, okay. So you know what? We're going to declare New Year's Eve the 30th. So guess what? We're going out tonight. They're not having a home thing tonight anyway.
Oh, cool. That's
so
great.
2 New Years. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year to everybody. Sorry I was so set on one thing. I would like to say Happy New Year to everybody. We will be doing the show all the way through Super Bowl, so you guys can check in with us every Sunday. As far as Week 17 goes, there are a lot of playoff implications going on today. Eagles definitely need a win now that the Cowboys got it done. You got teams like the Saints and Bucks going at it. If the Bucks win, I think they win the NFC South. Saints have a chance, but they need a lot of help. Chiefs really need a win. They're up 2 games.
They need to close it out
They
right
close
now.
it out today and against the Bengals.
That's
so
why I'm wearing a gear today. Let's make it happen.
yeah, you going to bet on Patty Mahomes? You got a lot of bets today. I bet on Kansas City.
I took a money line today.
Yeah.
I took a money line. I think they're going to get her done.
There you go. All right, let's go ahead and get to the standings from last week, and then what we do, guys, we do our picks on the show. We pick 4 games, 4 of the top games. Then we do our toilet bowl game of the week, our dogs of the week, and our locks of the week. We usually have a show of 4 or 5 of us most of the time, but today it's just me and Big Web. So you guys
Holding
can
down
call
the
in.
fort.
That's
baby.
right. That's right. Absolutely. Well, the top 2, of course, are here.
There you go.
know.
There you go.
That's just the way it goes. But you guys can jump in on the conversation. Reminder, if you hang around here, you guys are picking as well. So the audience is part of the panel. So any game we pick, make sure you comment here on TikTok and let us know.
Let's
what
get
you
in the
like.
rundown. Tell them what games we're picking. You want to do that? So
Yeah,
we
let's
can
do it.
Study?
You guys can get ready. So we got Miami, Baltimore, New Orleans, Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh, Seattle, Cincinnati, Kansas City. We are doing against the spread, just so you know. So it is ATS. But one more time: Miami, Baltimore, New Orleans, Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh, Seattle, and Cincinnati and the Chiefs. We got Toilet Bowl is Atlanta against Chicago, and then you got a dog and a lock of the week.
And then we're using, I'll spit out the DraftKings lines today. So that's just so you guys know, that's where the numbers are going to land.
We're switching to DraftKings. We've been doing FanDuel since day one.
I guess I could look it up in FanDuel.
Well, I got it right here.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. We're
on
gonna, you know
the
what? We're going to
screen.
use FanDuel today. We always use FanDuel.
Always.
Check out FanDuel, boys.
What's
That's
FanDuel? I like
what
that.
we're doing.
FanDuel. Yeah. Say
Duel.
FanDuel. It's nice.
FanDuel.
Yeah. So last week, week 16, the standings are as follows. I went 5-1-1, led the way. Audience is a good bounce back for me. I needed that. I needed that. Audience and Nick tie at 4-2-1. Big Web goes 2-4-1, and Zook goes 3-3-1. Everybody except Big Web hit their lock, and Nick is the only one that hit their dog last week. So not a great week for dogs, but yeah, it's getting close. It's getting close. Overall standings are as follows. Zook is still number 1. It's
Unbelievable.
73-39-4. Wow. 73-39-4.
Follow that guy.
Crazy. I'm in second at 69. Nice. 43-4. I might just lose every game the rest of the year, so I just keep that number at the
Also
beginning there.
wonderful job right there.
Thank you. Audience 65-45-6. Also over 500.
Supported by our friend Nick Talley before.
Big Web in 4th place, but not by much. 60-52-4.
Over 500.
Over 500, but now 1 game back of Big Web to sign the board. Nobody wants to sign the board. It's a board in our studio, if you're new today, that says, I suck at picking football games. The loser of the panel every season signs it. Big Web has yet to sign it, but Big Web, Nick Yale knocking on the door. He's back 1 game.
I noticed, Nicholas, we were waiting each other out this morning a little bit. We text our picks in early.
Yeah.
And I was waiting. He's waiting, because he wants to, whatever I do, he wants to go the opposite.
Wants to fade
'cause
you, yeah.
He calls it fade Big Web. Well, guess what, Nick? I waited you out till I couldn't wait anymore. I put my picks in like, boom, right? Like 30 seconds later, there's his picks. Come on, Nick.
He does it every single time. He's a smart guy. I mean, he's playing the long game here.
He's sitting the show out. I got to come in here and do prep and come in here and make sure I'm in good shape for the show. And he's just, thanks a lot, Nick. Good luck to you.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. We'll see. This is a big week. These next 2 are big for you guys because we start getting a little bit closer when we have less games to pick during the playoffs. So this is a monster week for you. It's a monster week for you.
Yeah.
All right, well, why don't we go ahead and do the picks? We got a lot of people on TikTok that want to get involved. So, audience, please do me a favor. During these picks, make sure you comment along, and the most comments we see for these picks are going to be the audience picks. You guys are in 3rd place, still back 8 games, but a lot of games left to go. So make sure you tune in and make sure you go ahead and comment along with us here on the show. All right, Big Web, line checks needed. I got FanDuel up here if you need help. We got Miami at the Baltimore Ravens, and the last I saw, the Ravens were -3. Is that correct?
FanDuel.
I see right here. I got it right here.
It's over there.
Yeah.
And it is 3. Ravens -3.
All right, Big Web, what do you got today?
I'll tell you what, we got a lot at stake in this football game right here. Baltimore has one key injury. That's Hamilton, safety, is out, but Miami's got injuries out that wazoo. You know, up and down the line. I mean, they also have their O-line is still not 100%. And they're against Baltimore's defense, who's like top in sacks for the league. 12 starters listed injured on the Miami list today. 12 starters. Waddle's fully out. Mostert's fully out. He's got a knee and an ankle. What do running backs need? Knees and ankles. Going with Baltimore.
All right. Let's see. Big Web has Baltimore. Zook has Baltimore. Audience looks like they have Baltimore. I see a lot of Ravens comments there on TikTok, so we're going to take the Ravens there for them. I'm also going to go with the Baltimore Ravens. So Nick Yale, Miami, the big time.
He only did it
island.
for one reason.
It's not a bad island to have, the Miami Dolphins. It should be a hell of a game.
It's good. They're on a peninsula, actually, but yes.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take Baltimore. I think I agree with everything you said. Mostert being hurt today hurts Miami. And Baltimore's arguably the best team in the NFL right now, but we'll see. It'll be a hell of a game.
Achane, just quickly, Achane is back, but he didn't get any reps during practice this week. I expect him to be a little rusty.
All right. New Orleans at the Tampa Bay Bucks. The Bucks are -2.5 according to FanDuel. Big Web, where are you going in this one?
Well, the division's at stake here, man, so I expect both teams to be playing football. But, I got some division stuff going. I really need New Orleans to win that division. I'm going to be rooting for them. But, my God, Baker Mayfield is playing lights out right now.
He is.
So much so, I think they should lock him down. I think Tampa should go ahead and make him their starter, make him their guy.
They're talking about it already. Yeah,
I think they should. I like the Bucks here. I'm going to go ahead and take them, but I got to have New Orleans win the division. So
I feel you.
I'm going to be give me the Bucks.
I think you're happy either way then, in a way. You want the Bucks, but if the Saints win, you're like, okay, good. I got a chance at the division.
Exactly. No, I'm not going to be crying in my soup on that one.
Good. Zook has Tampa. Nick has Tampa. Audience looks like they're going to go with Tampa as well. It was pretty split, but I saw a lot of Bucks votes there early. We're going to go audience with Tampa. So that means I'm on an island with the New Orleans Saints today.
Wow.
Only for one reason. I got a small, minuscule sliver of a chance that I can win $8 to win $2,300 if the Saints win the division. I need some help today. I need help, not just there. I need the Bills to win, a whole lot of things. But starts with the Saints today. Give me the Saints.
Good luck to you. Like I said, I'm not going to be throwing a Tampa tantrum.
There you go. All right, next one we got Pittsburgh at the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle at home, -4.5 against the Steelers. Very interesting spread. Where are we going, Big Web?
I don't like the 1.5 hook on top of that sucker. But originally I thought Pittsburgh would keep this close, but Seattle's still in the hunt. I think Geno gets it going. Tough place to play football. Give me Seattle.
Let's see. Zook's going with Seattle as well. Nick going with Pittsburgh. I'm also going to go with Pittsburgh. I think 4.5 is too much. I think it'll be a close game. Pittsburgh always seems like they stay in these type of games late in the season. Still fighting for a playoff spot. Give me the Steelers +4.5. Audience is kind of split.
They're looking Steelers.
Steelers, right? Yeah. All right. Pittsburgh it is for the audience, +4.5. So there we go. That's pretty split there. All right, next one we got big game for the Chiefs. Kansas City will host Cincinnati at home. Well, duh, Big Web. Host Cincinnati at home. I didn't have to say that.
Host Cincinnati.
Host Cincinnati at home. You can just say host.
You're going to say host.
It's early. Let's see. They're -6.5. What do you got?
You know, Snead didn't practice this week, TJ. Pacheco's back but hurt. Clyde's back but ill. Hardman's in the lineup. I'm going to go ahead and lean on Kansas City's defense today to win this football game. Give me the Chiefs.
Wow, okay. Zook going Chiefs. Nick going Chiefs. I'm going Chiefs as well, but the audience is going Bengals. I see Cincinnati all over the place
here.
An
island for the audience.
6.5's not bad. Cincinnati's looked awful. The Kansas City Chiefs have looked awful. Very interesting game,
ugly.
But audience, that's not a bad island to have. Give them Cincinnati, but Kansas City needs to win this game. They need to lock up the AFC West and get right before the playoffs. They have been pretty non-existent lately. So
second reasonable island of the day.
It is. That's not a bad island at all. I like that. Next one we got Atlanta at the Chicago Bears. It's a toilet bowl game of the week. And I believe the Bears at home are minus. Where are they at? I lost them.
3.5.
2.5. 2.5. That's
no.
big. That's big. I like that a lot, Big Web. I like that a lot.
All right, so we got two teams here. Quarterbacks for next year are going to be questionable whether they're going to be with their squads or not.
Mm-hmm.
Although Atlanta still has divisional hopes very much alive right now. The Bears been playing much better defense. I like the Bears today, and I want them to knock Atlanta, to give Atlanta a loss, to give my New Orleans Saints a better shot. So, yeah, give me Chicago.
Colt Kmet, game time decision. That hurts Fields a little bit, but they are a different team at home. I got to, unfortunately, witness it when the Lions got their ass kicked a few weeks ago there. I'm going to take the Bears as well. I think that this is it was a tough spread at 3 or 3.5, but 2.5, I like it. I think they'll beat Atlanta. I think they're a better team, actually. So give me the Bears. Nick is going with the Bears. Zook going with Atlanta. And Big Web, I need your help on this.
The audience is overwhelmingly Bears.
A lot of split. I see a lot of Falcons there, too.
No. There's tons early on the Bears.
All right, you are the commissioner. We're taking Chicago.
This is correct.
Another island. We got Zook on an island with Atlanta. So the third island of the panel. This will be a fun week. All right, now audience, this is where it gets interesting. So we're doing our dogs and our locks. So you guys aren't picking one of two teams. You guys put in your top underdog pick of the week. They have to be underdogs on FanDuel, so put who you like as an underdog today, and the most votes we'll put in for the pick. Try not, we'll keep advantage, or keep track, but sometimes the picks that you already made as an audience kind of contradict the lock or the dog pick, so we'll keep that in mind. Go ahead, Big Web.
All right, so my dog this week is the New England Patriots getting... I thought it was a solid 14. Let's take a look. 14 and a hook, baby.
14 and a hook, that's nice.
Yeah, Pats plus 14 and a hook. Zappy's been playing much better. And, I did hear a rumor that there's a flu going on in the Patriots locker room.
Really?
So if anybody's walking past there and hears a sneeze or something, call me.
Change it up. Let's see. I'm going to do some numbers here. Green Bay plus 1.5 is where Zook is going. It's not a bad play. I looked at that one against Minnesota on Sunday Night Football. Nick Yale is going with the Las Vegas Raiders. Sorry, the Raiders. Where are they at? Plus 3.5. I like that a lot, Big Web, because that's where I'm going. I'm taking the Vegas Raiders plus 3.5.
They got a new coach, maybe percolating.
I'm telling you, they still have a chance at the playoffs, too, so they're going to be playing hard today against those Indianapolis Colts who have been struggling. So I'm going to go ahead and take and the Colts are still playing for something, too.
I'd love to see the Colts lose today. Come on, Raiders.
Let's go Raiders. Let's see. Audience is all over the place, Big Web. I don't know where to go. I see Patriots. I see a lot of Panthers. I see Steelers. Panthers everywhere.
There's a lot of Panthers.
I think Panthers is the play.
Give them the Panthers.
Who the hell are they playing?
Panthers are playing...
I got it over there.
No, they're playing Jacksonville, and I need that fucking win.
Wow. Panthers are getting... Where are we at here?
It was 4.5. Let's see.
Carolina Panthers.
There they are.
3.5. 3.5. Wow. I don't know about that. Good luck, audience. Good luck, audience. All right, finally, once again, audience, locks of the week. Put in your top lock of the week in the TikTok chat, YouTube chat, everywhere you're watching, and we'll take the most voted team. Big Web, what do you got for your lock today?
Guys, I tell you what, the Ravens impressed me hugely last week against San Francisco. I think Miami's got some decimation as far as injury. I'm locking up the Ravens today.
All right. Zook is going to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville is minus 3.5, correct? Yeah, we just had Carolina. Minus 3.5 for Jacksonville. And Nick Yale is going to go with the Los Angeles Rams. I believe they were 6.5.
6.5. Let's see what they are today. Maybe it's
they are 6.5, correct.
6.5.
All right, so 6.5 for the Rammies.
Unfortunately, I like that picnic.
Do you really?
Picnic.
Oh, picnic. I like that. I'm going to go ahead and go with Kansas City and double up today. I think it's a big-time game for them. I've been saying that for weeks, though. Philly screwed me over and over when I kept picking them on their losing streak. I think Kansas City needs to lock it up today in the AFC West, so give me the Kansas City Chiefs. And Big Web, locks for the audience.
There's a lot of Chargers.
Same person commenting, though.
Okay. Eagles. I see a lot of Eagles as well.
I see Eagles. I see Ravens. I see Raiders. I see Jacksonville. I guess Eagles is probably the most I've seen.
I'd say Eagles, yeah.
Eagles it is. All right, so Philly for the audience. And what is the number on that one? Let's see what we got here. Philadelphia Eagles. Where you at? I can never find them. Carry the one. They're not playing today, Big Web. They left the NFL. They're not here.
they're
Oh, there
not.
they are. Minus 12.5.
Minus 12.5 against the Cardinals.
Yeah, 12.5. It was up to 14, so I don't hate that at all. All right, and there's our picks of the week. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll stick around and answer fantasy questions and chat with you for a next half hour at least. So if you guys still want to call in, you can from the50.com, from the 50.com. Hit the call button. And think about following us here on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, all that good stuff. We're trying to grow this football brand. We've been doing it consistently every Sunday for 4 years. And we have a lot of fun on the show. Usually we have a full panel. Today we do not. But we appreciate a lot of the interaction. I know the Lions and Cowboys game got a lot of people in here. Got a lot of new followers today. So we appreciate everybody here.
Well, speaking of that, Big Web's best bet of the week.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what, man, we got something very exciting today, and we got some high odds and, desperate times.
Why don't you
Bring
go
on
ahead
desperate
and
measures.
give it now? Do you want
I
to
was
wait?
going to do it, yeah, so that the guys have time to
Let's do it.
make it happen.
Yeah, Big Web's best bet of the week. I think he's 0 for 16 this year, but
No, that's not true.
okay, 1 in 15.
There you go. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you very much.
But are we that much in the red? Like, how can we get it back?
We're down about 14 shekels.
1,400.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
But
Lock in for this one.
but we're feeling good. We're feeling good about where we're at, baby, because it's going to happen this time.
I like it. I like the confidence.
But this thing right here, where'd it go? I took a picture. I took a damn. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
All right, so I have a Big Bub's best bet of the week, and I have a real strong suggestion.
Okay.
Here's a real strong suggestion.
Well, I like suggestions. Let's hear it.
The Rams money line.
Yeah. They're playing really good right now.
Tyrod Taylor's with the Giants. He's sparking them a little bit.
Yep.
They're going to be in the football game, but I like the Rams to win and cover that game. Just cover on the money line. Just win the game.
Rams have been red hot right now.
You do a two-way parlay, and you put that with the over 43.5 because of Tyrod Taylor.
Okay.
And then you got Waller coming back now playing football.
Yeah.
He's strong. So
I feel like I
over
haven't
40
heard of him lately, though. I
No, he
still
played
feel like
last-
he's.
he did well last
no, I
week.
know he's been back. I just don't know how much of an impact he's made.
He had an injury. He was out for about 4 weeks, and now he's rolling.
All right.
But Tyrod's the key.
Okay.
Rams and over 43.5 is plus 154. I put 2 units on it.
Okay.
Gives you 500.
Cool.
All right, so now let me go to this other fun little tidbit right here.
That's great to hear.
Here we go. So this one is a $114 investment.
All right.
Raiders plus 10.
Yes, I like that. Yep.
You like to know how much money. Raiders, $114 investment pays $500.
Okay, how many legs here?
There's 5 legs.
Okay, I like this. I like it a lot.
Here we are. Here's some dogs, man. There's
Okay.
some dogs. Raiders plus 10.
Yeah.
They've been playing well. They're playing the Colts. Tennessee plus 10 against Houston. I think it's going to be a tight football game.
I hope so. I would take that, but isn't Stroud back? Isn't
Stroud
Collins
is
back?
Stroud is back.
Tank Dell's still out. Is he out for the year? He's got to be
Yeah.
out for the year.
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah. Okay.
But I really like Houston. I'm hoping Houston wins the football game, but I think Tennessee's going to keep it close. Will Levis, I think they're going to keep it close.
Okay.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers plus 10 against the Saints.
One more time on that one. What was it?
Tennessee Buccaneers.
Tennessee Buccaneers, yeah.
They traded them. Now they're Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Plus 10 against the Saints.
Yeah, that's. I like the Saints today. I want them to win, but that's plus 10, absolutely.
Carolina Panthers plus 10 against Jacksonville. Jacksonville's been playing shit.
That's the one I think you might get hurt on.
I
there.
hope so, because I really need Jacksonville.
So you're kind of going both sides there, just in
Yeah.
case. Big Web has a big divisional winner bet that has Jacksonville. That's why he's good either way.
Jacksonville's got to get that win. But I think it's going to be another scrappy, stupid football game. They're playing Bethard. You know what I mean? It's going to be tight.
Yeah, that's right. Trevor's not even playing. What am I thinking? Yeah.
Rams.
My brain's off.
And then the Rams money line. So
Okay.
So Rams money line, Carolina plus 10, Tampa plus 10, Titans plus 10, Raiders plus 10.
Yeah.
114 get you 502.
That's pretty good right there. I like that a lot.
Thank you.
I think that's good. I think you could actually, that could work out for you, Big Web. I think that you're going to like that one a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's time.
It's that time of the year where everything gets crazy. It's divisional round or almost getting the playoffs. You're getting ready for wild card round and everything. It'll be interesting. We'll see what happens.
Panthers will beat Jacksonville right there.
Wow, look at
Maverick
that.
Bayer says that.
We do have a caller on the line. I don't know if you know this gentleman. His name's Captain Fat. Hello, Captain Fat. How we doing?
Morning, Fat.
Oh, I'm doing good. I don't know why, but I'm feeling really confident about Sunday Night Football.
Oh my God.
I'm so ready to be disappointed, though.
Yeah. Yeah, the Packers, it's a cute little season they had.
If you get the
a little
coin
fun.
flip right, maybe it'd be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we can play good in the second half, like we have been, I think we can do fine. But
Yeah. Well, you still think Jordan Love's the guy. I mean, big-time season for you guys this year, making the playoffs and everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
What's for
it's-
breakfast,
that-
Fat? What's for breakfast? Give me that first.
What's for breakfast, Fat?
3 waffles.
3 waffles.
3
nice.
waffles.
No sausage, nothing like that?
All right.
Oh, no. But anyways, it's championship week for fantasy football, and I'm almost in one league. I'm almost doing the punishment. Another one, I'm in the championship, but
Nice.
it's not looking so hot.
Who you got today, Fat? Who are you rooting for? Everybody likes fantasy stuff.
Am I still in here?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you're still here,
You're
Fat.
here, you're
Hello,
here.
Fat.
Switching off on my phone here to look at the app here.
Yeah, no, it's good. Actually, I've never seen anybody do that. I'm glad you tested that because usually we just test shit with the audience. So
Yeah. So I've had Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs all year. Josh, we have touchdowns are worth 6 instead of what's regularly 3 for quarterbacks.
Oh, okay.
So Josh Allen is the number 1 fantasy player in this league.
Yeah, I like that.
And so I've had Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. So really every week.
Who
I've
cares?
been
No, I care. I do.
really
I do.
I care.
that
Flustered.
the Bills fit. But I had James Cook earlier too, and then I traded him. He started doing good because they started running the football with that new offensive coordinator,
Yeah.
and that was just disappointing. But
Yeah. You hate to see it, Big Web.
Good luck with Diggs, though. He's been a little sour.
Well, Josh Allen should
Yeah.
get you plenty. I think you get a nice 25 spot out of Josh, and you'll be all right.
yeah, I haven't talked to you since you went to Chicago. How was that for you?
Well, it was a nice, Chicago's a very nice city. We had some nice deep dish pizza from Gino's East. No free shout-outs. Great time. And, it was a great exhibition game between the Bears and the Lions. And we came out, we got second.
Top 2?
Night too. How was that?
How was what?
How was last night?
Oh, last night was,
Fat's digging.
It was we beat the Cowboys, but we lost to Brad Allen. So it was tough. We went 1-1 last night, and we'll bounce back. We'll see Dallas at Ford Field wild card weekend, and give them the nice ass kicking they deserve.
Yeah, I mean, I did not watch that game, but my friend told me, he's like, "You gotta watch this. This is getting ridiculous." And I'm
Yeah.
like, "What?"
Yeah. Captain Fat, is
And I
your
tuned
router
in
a
and-
potato? Because you just keep going in and out like nonstop.
Oh.
Fat.
Captain, your router's going in and out.
Good.
Mayday,
God
mayday.
almighty. All right, he's joining a second time. Fat! One more time. All right, he's gone. Gone, Big One.
Captain, thanks for joining.
Thank
as
you, Fat.
always, but the audio/video was not coming in clearly.
We love you, Captain Fat. Thank you for calling in. The chirps were great until we realized that he's got internet from the 1940s that wasn't a thing yet. My God.
It's like one of those things where you're talking to somebody and only the key words are when it gets washed out.
Yeah, for sure. It's
Hey,
just...
we'll be there, and the address is street.
Right. What was that? Is it that street? Okay, great. Oh, boy. Well, thank you, Captain Fat. You guys can call in if you have good internet from the50.com, from the50.com. We love Captain Fat. That's why
Beautiful person.
part of this show, we give each other shit, and that includes the audience. You guys are part of
Yes.
the crew here. That's why we talk shit. It's fun, and he's a Packers fan, so he's going to give me shit for the Bears game and for last night. It's great. It's good stuff. So
We're like your buddies, just Joe Schmo football fan, just going at it. That's what we are.
100%, and that's what we want to be always. So yeah, that's what we do here. Here we go. Another Crybaby Lions fan. That's from Cabrone. Well, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. You bitch about your team. Everybody bitches about their team. Also, when I know that they got screwed over. So, whatever. Cry. That's what I do, I guess.
Sometimes they blow up like cabron.
Yeah, there you go. Captain Fat, Wi-Fi is terrible. Tried to switch to cellular.
All good, Fat.
It's all good.
buddy.
All good, Fat. What's for breakfast, Fat? I love that. No, it's all good, man. You guys can call in from the50.com, hit the call button. Does anybody have any fantasy matchups today we can help with? Any of that stuff?
Can we also do like where are people tuning in from?
Yeah, I like that. Please text in where you're viewing from right now. We are in St. Louis, Missouri. Give us what city you are or what country you are.
What's the farthest away?
watching.
I'm going to say 2,000 miles. That's my guess.
2,000, more than that. I'm going to
Could
say
still
3,
be in the
000.
States, but Cali or
I'm
something.
going to say 3,000 or something.
right, here we go.
I think we got some people. Let's
Texas.
see, Dallas, Texas, Minneapolis, San Antonio, Buffalo,
Los Buenos, California. There's 2,000.
Jersey, Ireland. Hello, Allie.
Hey, all right. We did 3,000.
3,000. There you go. St. Louis,
Thank you,
Kansas,
Ireland. Thank
Charlotte,
you.
Tampa, Florida, Cincinnati, Phoenix.
Love it.
What else we got? Keep them coming. This is the best. Hawaii.
Oh no, Hawaii.
From Maverick.
Thank
do you
Hawaii.
think any of these people are lying?
What's for breakfast, Hawaii? What's for breakfast?
Like, I'm just gonna put
Pineapple?
the craziest place. Someone puts North Pole or something. Hollywood, Florida, Palm Springs, California, Cali, Colorado, Indy, Boston. This is great, man. This is what's so cool. Look at the reach of the show, Big
Arkansas.
Web. Once
is
upon
beautiful.
a time, Big Web told me you had to be on the radio, and look
I
at us.
did, and I was wrong. RONG.
There you go. Isn't it pretty cool, though? I mean, like, let's take a moment just to realize when we talked about this years ago, now we got people that watch us every week. We got Captain Fat calling in, talking shit. We got a real audience here. It's pretty awesome.
We were at a tavern 8 years ago on a box this big.
Yes. It was terrible internet, like Captain Fat has. We had a small webcam that went in. You could see us every 3 seconds like this, like a claymation type of movie or something.
Yeah. Look
yeah.
at us now.
And now we're here and having a blast. So it's awesome, man.
Very
it's
fun.
awesome. Let's see what we got. Why didn't they announce that they're eligible? I could have sworn they used to do that before. We talked about that before. If you want to hear the entire rant that I had, you can watch it on YouTube. I don't know if you can go back when it's live, but you can watch it after the show and hear the whole rant. But we did talk about it for a good 25 minutes.
Yeah,
So I'm
started with a
gonna
bang.
move on from that, wipe away the tears, and get ready to kick some ass against Dallas, maybe in the wild card week.
It might inspire them.
I think it actually
Hopefully
will.
it does.
Is this your full-time job? It is not. It'd be great to turn it into the full-time job. I do have a background in broadcasting, but no, I do video editing for the day job. But I love doing this. And I'm actually going to go ahead and just let you guys know, because I know we don't have a ton of fantasy questions. People are kind of set. It's playoffs are done pretty much. So real quick, a little announcement. So if you follow Weber Bets, I am actually changing some of what we're going to do on there. So, if you've been watching, I do a lot of casino and gambling content, and also do sports betting. But From the 50 is our football brand. I've taken pretty much the month of December off, trying to find, just something I can push forward with more and enjoy more and more. And the best thing I do and the most fun I have is right here, the live football
It is
show
fun.
and talking to the audience. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start a live football call-in show called the Football Fan Line every single week, even in the offseason. We can talk about, in the offseason football hypotheticals when it gets close to draft. Talk
The
about that.
FFL.
The FFL. That's it. That's all we're
Football
doing.
fan line. Love it.
And so we're going to do that every week. You can follow us From the 50 on Apple Podcasts. Find all our links on FromThe50.com. I'll go live on TikTok. I'll go live on YouTube, Twitch, and basically I'm going to take calls nonstop. I'm going to read comments nonstop, and really focus on football and focus on the sports betting side of it. That's what I want to do. I enjoy the NFL, even when Brad Allen is a referee. I enjoy the games. I enjoy the product, and I enjoy talking football with everybody. So that's what we're going to do. Weber Bets is going to be focused, kind of push the casino stuff aside, focus in the offseason on sports betting, but mainly football 24/7, 365. So it'll be fun.
It's going to be cool. And in the inaugural show should be like right after the Super Bowl, right?
Yes.
So that Super Bowl, I think I'll join you, and we will teach the football fan, the football bettor, how to introduce himself back to his wife.
There you go. Yeah.
Hello,
Honey,
hon.
how you been?
And
Wow.
you just
You look
perfect-
great. Did you get your hair cut or something?
It's perfect because it ties right into Valentine's Day.
Wow.
Just bringing love back into the air.
That's beautiful stuff. That's a
you.
great sentiment.
Thank you
You
very
know, it's
much.
almost as smart as those guys I see on Instagram that go up to their wives and they go, honey, you know what I'm going to do? Tuesday night football, I'm going to skip it, and I'm going to take you out to dinner, just you and me. I'm going to push aside Tuesday night and even Wednesday night football. 2 days of pure romance for you.
Oh, my God.
It's so nice.
It's awesome.
Those people are awesome.
I love it. Love it.
Let's see. Thank you guys for the follows. Appreciate it. Big Web, what's your top matchup today? What are you looking for? What are you expecting? And what do you need to cash your division parlay? Let's talk about that for a minute. So you need Jacksonville to win. Where else are we at on that?
If Jacksonville gets it done, and then the expected Kansas City Chiefs can just win the division, I have the high dollar one to hit.
Okay.
But I also need Philly
Right.
with that.
Okay.
So I'm rooting for those two teams to win. But I have a backup plan also,
Okay.
which actually pays more, and that is if Dallas. That's why I wasn't crying in my soup last night, because Detroit has already done their job for me to win the division.
Yeah.
So, but I got Dallas, but they need Houston with them. So Big Web is rooting in a lot of different directions today, based on what happens. If Jacksonville does not win that football game, or looking like they're not going to win that football game, you're going to see me rooting for Houston like crazy.
Sure.
right there.
Yeah.
You know, and certainly rooting against Indianapolis, because it'll set me up really nicely. But then I'll be rooting against Philly.
Yeah.
So good thing is, I made these bets in the main bet back in August, and I'm in a position to win it, and it's a nice hit, real nice hit. Probably, what is it, 88? It's like 50 to 1,
Nice.
55 to 1, or something like that. And then the other one I made in early December as a backup, and that's still got chances. So nothing's out of the key guys need to get it done, which is Kansas City. I expect nothing like a debacle there. I think they'll just get a W. It's not going to be pretty, but they'll get a W.
Yeah.
So anyway, yes, that's what I need. Mainly, I'm kind of rooting for the first one. Just give me Jacksonville. Come on, Jacksonville. You're 0-4 in the last 4 weeks. You don't have Trevor, but Trevor hasn't been Trevor either.
Yeah.
So play football. Give me this win. And Panthers, cut it out. You're not any good. You haven't been any good all year. Just go back to shit like you normally are. Okay?
It's like who cares? Like, they're playing for nothing. Well, they also don't care because they're giving away their number one pick, so they're going to play out anyway. You know what I mean? Like, not saying teams. I mean, Houston's a perfect example last year of winning a game that did not matter, and they lost the number one pick because of it. But it's just the Panthers literally have nothing to play for, but they're still going to because they don't have a number one pick. They don't care what they give up, so it's just the way it is. So I am in a different boat than you. Last night, I mean, obviously being a Lions fan and everything, it went that way, and I was upset that the Lions don't have a shot at number one, really, and a lot of things. I had a parlay with them today, but also I have a bet, again, $80 pays $380. The fucking Eagles win the NFC East. I need the Chiefs also, and I need the Niners. Niners already did it. Chiefs are up 2 games with 2 games to go. They're basically there. And the fucking Eagles. The Eagles is the one sweat. And if the Lions win that game, it's over. And now I gotta sweat them. I mean, they should beat the Cardinals. They should win Week 18. But the fact that I was a ref screw up away from cashing that already is gonna piss me off if that comes back to bite me in the ass.
So you're right. So if that would have happened for me last night too, the Eagles locking up that division, it would be Jacksonville win today, and I'd have it. No. Jacksonville needs more than just a win today.
They're tied, right, for the lead right now?
They need I don't know who's got the tiebreaker in there.
Let's see what's going on here. Well, this is where it also gets interesting, where next week I'm really going to be looking. I should have done this week, but, just we're waiting to see how the chips fall with the division parlays and everything. But next week I'm going to look up every single scenario with what happens and who can win the division if this happens and whatever. This is a massive week too for Buffalo, because if Buffalo wins and Miami loses to the Ravens, it's Bills and Dolphins, winner wins the division next week. That'll be awesome. And again, no Mostert today. Ravens are a tough team regardless. And then Buffalo, I mean, Buffalo should win today. They should roll today against the Patriots. That's what's expected. So it's set up for a hell of a Week 18. It really is.
Yeah. No, it absolutely is. And what a game that would be, you know. And, oh, my God, all eyes would be on that football game.
Real quick, let's see. Maverick says, is there merch for this podcast? Not yet. That is in the future plans, but I want to get a consistent rundown of shows. We do it in season, but I really want to build a lot for this show first and then do it right. I mean, merch is hard to do. You got to get people to print it. You got to do it the right way. I might end up, quote unquote, hiring. I don't have enough to pay somebody a lot, but I might make a deal with somebody for percentages if we can get someone to kind of run that, maybe design, distribute, all that, maybe take a certain percentage of the sales, and then we can do that down the road. But I got a lot going on, man. I'm a new dad. I've been house hunting. By the way, if anybody listened to me last week, we do not have a house anymore. So we're staying in the studio until further notice. We'll let you know on what's going on there. But yes, merch down the road.
There's a house always out there.
There's always a house out there, absolutely. So anyway, Miami, Buffalo, the AFC East is very interesting. Ravens also, I mean, this is a big game because of Cleveland. They probably will win one of these next two games and clinch the North, but Cleveland, surprisingly, Joe Flacco hanging around there. Very interesting AFC South, Jacksonville, Colts, and Texans. It feels like the Colts are out already. Like the way they've been playing, they're still mathematically in it. It just feels like it's between Jacksonville and Houston.
Let's just get them out today. Come on, Raiders. Put them out of their freaking misery, will you?
Kansas City should lock it up by 2. Vegas hopefully playing hard today, though. Denver, oh, yeah, we didn't talk about Russell Wilson. That whole deal.
Yeah.
How about that whole deal?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I really don't even understand the full story.
They know they're going to move
on from him, yeah.
But they still, it's so much freaking money they're still going to pay.
Yeah,
I can't believe they don't care about that contract. But I think Peyton kind of said, I think when they hired Peyton, Peyton said, look, I'll work with this guy for a year, but if he doesn't do what I want him to do and produce, we're going a different direction in a year. I think that's a commitment that Denver made to Peyton.
Sure.
And I think that's what's going on. And then they looked at him and said, Russ, change your contract status or you're going to be benched last 2 games of the year. He said, blah, blah, blah. Now he's sitting.
Yeah.
And there's teams that need this guy, but I'm telling you right now, if you're Tampa Bay and you need a quarterback, you don't need a quarterback.
Baker's the guy right now.
Get Baker.
Yeah.
Get Baker, but there's a lot of teams that do need quarterbacks. So go ahead and put Russ in there. But he's a bite-sized quarterback.
Well, it's the fact that his money, he's not worth his contract anymore. He's just not. He had a better season this year, but they still struggled. I mean, Denver, he is not what Denver expected, and he is not the same guy he was in Seattle. Period. So yeah, it's just wild to bench him when you're still in a playoff hunt. Technically, that's what's crazy to me.
Well,
it's the contract stuff.
Hats off to Sean Payton on that, though. Sean Payton, it's not his groceries. He's cooking with somebody else's groceries, and he's still making it happen.
Right.
Let that guy get the players in there he wants. This is a hell of a coach right here.
And a hell of a turnaround. They were, 2-5? They got their ass kicked by Miami?
That's the thing. They were heading south, and that's the kind of leadership this guy brings. He brought groceries together that don't make the meal, and he started cooking and made it palatable so people could keep moving.
Look at that. You could be on ESPN with that breakdown. Not his groceries, so he has to cook a meal without knowing what the groceries are.
That's right. And so now people are not starving in Denver.
Wow. Look at this guy.
Thank
Fox Sports 1. Sign this man.
Much.
Sign him. Don't take him away from us, but sign him. Look at that. Breakdown.
Just give us a bonus.
Philly and the So here's my thing, too. I got to look all this up, but if the Eagles lose today or Week 18 and Dallas wins out, so they're tied, who is the tiebreaker? How does that work?
Early in the year,
it was Philly, but then Dallas just beat Philly. Is it point differential? Is it NFC? I thought it was NFC wins. Does anybody know this? Because this is something I'm looking into next week. But that's what I'm confused by.
I'm on it.
Okay. If someone wants to call in, too, phone lines are open. I would love to hear a full breakdown because I know there's articles about it, but there's so much going on with it that I think if the Eagles win out, they for sure have it. They're up a game. But if they lose one of the next two and Dallas wins Week 18, I don't know who has the tiebreaker if they're tied. Let's Let's see. I think it's conference wins or division wins. That's from Mendoza. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I thought it was NFC wins. Whoever has more NFC wins will get the nod, but I'm not for sure.
Dallas and Philadelphia are both 10-4. Is that as
no,
of right now?
No. Dallas is 11-5 and Philly's 11-4. So
Okay.
Philly still needs to play. If they tie, this is where this comes into play.
Okay, so let's read this and update it. Dallas and Philadelphia are both 10-4 at the time of this article, but the Cowboys currently own the tiebreaker over the Eagles as they have one more win in the NFC East. Eagles still have 2 upcoming games against the Giants, while the Cowboys have just one NFC East game remaining. That's December 19th.
So that's my thing. They already beat the Giants once then, so they should be tied. So it's not, is it conference wins or is it division wins?
This just has to do with the division.
Someone
NFC
said
East. The reason they hold it, the Cowboys hold it, is they have one more win in the NFC East. But now you're right. Eagles beat the Giants, so now they're tied as far as NFC East wins. And the Cowboys, who do Cowboys play next week?
Cowboys play. That's a really good question. I do not know.
I will
Look that up. I'm going to look at this article right now. This is a Cowboys blog, but they usually pay attention to this shit. Let's see. So now the pressure moves over to Philadelphia Eagles. They host the Arizona Cardinals on Sunday. They need to win that game to keep Dallas at arm's length. If they lose that game, the Cowboys can capture the East with a win on the final weekend against the Commanders. Even if Philadelphia wins this weekend, they will still need to beat the Giants on the road on the final weekend to assure themselves of the East crown.
Yeah.
If they lose to the Giants, the Cowboys can capture the division with a win. So here's how it works. If this is correct, it's from bloggingtheboys.com. Again, this is a fan blog, but usually they pay attention to it. It sounds like if the Eagles win, they're pretty much in the driver's seat. Now, they can still screw it up if they lose to the Giants next week and Dallas wins. Dallas needs to win week 18, period.
If they have the same record, the Giants, if they have the same record and win out, let's say, the Eagles will get it because they'll have more NFC East wins.
Correct.
Because they're going to beat the Giants.
Correct.
Today, the Eagles are playing West Coast, like Arizona.
Correct.
So that does them no good. It's all about next week.
So I'm thinking this is how it's going to work. The Eagles, if the Eagles win out, they win, period. The Cowboys, no matter what, have to win next week. Have to win. But here's how it works. If the Eagles lose this week, the Cowboys win and they're in. If the Eagles win, the Cowboys have to win and the Eagles have to lose next week. So that's how it works.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm
Crazy.
with you.
Yeah, that's
And shame on both of them because both of them had chances to lock it down, especially the Eagles, for Christ's sake.
They did. No, and I'm not going to bitch. I mean, I'm not going to bitch about last night anymore. I will probably off air, but we've talked about it enough. But yeah, that could have sealed it. But yeah, you're right. I mean, the Eagles screwed themselves. They lost 3 games in a row at one point and just have not been the same team. So I can't bitch about it. There's been opportunities. It just sucks that this is where they're at because they owned that division all year. And the Cowboys, good for them. They're a hell of a team. I'm not going to say they're not, but let me tell you something. You shut down CeeDee Lamb, you're going to win a game. It's just the way it is. If he gets shut down, the game's over. I mean, they have not done anything else. Especially against a good run defense. I mean, Pollard has done nothing lately. The Lions shut his ass down.
Yeah.
Dak goes to CeeDee every play, and when he's better than the cornerback he's against and the Lions don't make a change, I'd keep throwing him too. He had 12 receptions for 200-plus yards.
I think Detroit made a decision last night, and they said, we're going to shut down the run. If we get beat on the pass, we get beat on the pass.
Which is crazy. I would have done the exact opposite.
Right.
Shut down, double CD and let Brandon Cooks beat you. No disrespect to Brandon Cooks, but CD is another level receiver. Let Brandon Cooks and Jake Ferguson beat you. Who the fuck cares? But you're gonna let the top one, arguably the top one or two receivers in the league beat you? Fuck that. I still was shocked. Cam Sutton gets his just lunch money taken every play against CeeDee Lamb. You still put him on him. What else do you need to see from this guy to say let's change it up?
Yep. Yep.
It's crazy. So, all right. Well, I think we're gonna wrap this one up. Hell of a show today. I mean, we had our biggest live audience that we've had all season. Not biggest ever. We had up to 800 or 900 concurrent viewers at one point, but we got up to 600 today. Nice. The Lions and Cowboys fired some people up. Thank you guys so much. If you are new to this program, please, please, please hit the follow button here on TikTok. And if you can, take the time to go to our website, fromthe50.com, from the 50.com. Really pushing YouTube, but we also want to do live streams on Twitch. We want to grow a lot of this audience. So we want the Twitch channel now to be more of the live streaming capability with TikTok, but we want YouTube to be the archives. We want all the archive shows and everything to be on YouTube as well. So please, please, please subscribe, follow, share the show. We appreciate it so very much and love doing this stuff. So Big Web, any last minute thoughts before we wrap this up?
Thank you for joining. Jacksonville, give me a win today.
Let's go Jags. Actually, no. Am I against the Jags? Who are they playing? I keep forgetting. There's so much going on. Panthers. Yeah. They can beat the Panthers. That's fine.
Pussy Panther.
I also already beat Nick in the bet, the Lions and Jaguars bet. So that's wrapped up. Nick, I expect a Jahmyr Gibbs jersey on my porch by next September.
You're going down, Nick.
All right. For Nick Yale, for Zach Zook, for Big Web, I'm TJ Weber saying so long. We'll see you guys in Week 18. Again, we're doing the show through Super Bowl, so stay tuned. Follow along. Good luck this week. We'll see you soon.